Structural family therapy views symptoms as the result of dysfunctional family organization. The problem is not located within one individual, it is located in the family structure. Structure refers to subsystems, boundaries, hierarchy, coalitions. Subsystems are smaller units within the family that serve specific roles. For example, the parental subsystem provides leadership and authority. The sibling subsystem negotiates peer dynamics. The spousal subsystem maintains intimacy and adult partnership. When subsystems function clearly, roles are balanced. When they collapse or overlap, symptoms emerge. Now, boundaries. Boundaries regulate emotional closeness and distance. They exist on a continuum. Diffuse boundaries lead to enmeshment. Rigid boundaries lead to disengagement. Clear boundaries allow closeness with autonomy. On the EPPP, if you see over-involvement, lack of privacy, or blurred generational roles, think diffuse boundaries. If you see emotional distance, isolation, or lack of support, think rigid boundaries. Structural therapy is about reorganizing the family system. It focuses on present interaction patterns, not intergenerational transmission, not unconscious processes, not cognition, structure. Minuchin identified rigid triadic patterns that stabilize parental conflict. These are boundary problems. Let's make them concrete. One stable coalition. One parent consistently aligns with the child against the other parent. Example: mother and teenage son regularly criticize father's parenting. Father becomes isolated. This coalition is inflexible and ongoing. Clue: consistent alliance.
We really need to talk about this.
Okay, what's on your mind?
I just want to understand.
2. Unstable coalition, classic triangulation. Both parents pull the child to take sides. Example: father says, "Tell your mother she's overreacting." Mother says, "You agree with me, right?" Child is forced to choose. Clue: child pressured to align.
Tell your mother she's overreacting. You agree with me, right?
I'm just worried.
No, she's not.
3. Detouring attack coalition parents avoid their conflict by blaming the child. Example: parents argue. Instead of addressing their tension, they shift focus to the child's behavior problem. Child becomes scapegoat. Clue: parental unity against child.
You have a serious problem with disrespect, son.
He never listens. Just look at how he acts.
Is it about me again?
4. Detouring support coalition parents avoid conflict by overprotecting the child. Example: parents stop arguing and unite around managing the child's anxiety or illness. Conflict disappears temporarily. Clue: over-involvement to avoid marital issue.
Hey, you've been quiet. Everything okay?
We're here for you.
Yeah, just thinking.
All right, we're listening.
One stable coalition, 2 unstable triangulation, 3 detouring attack, 4 detouring support, 1, 2, 3, 4 reorganize the structure at the door, 1, 2, 3, 4 hierarchy matters at the core. Stable coalition, one parent and child locked in position against the other parent, fixed opposition, inflexible alliance, power division. That's 1 unstable coalition, 2 unstable coalition, parents both pulling, child indecision, take my side, no, choose my vision, child holds the tension, forced in a division. That's 2 stable coalition, 2 unstable triangulation, 3 detouring attack, 4 detouring support. Reorganize structure at the core. Deorganize the structure at the core. 3D touring attack. Parents avoid what they lack. Turn on the child, shift the blame back. Conflict disappears, but the structure cracks. That's 3D touring support. 4D touring support. Parents unite, overprotect the fort. Anxiety masked, but the system distorts. Metal conflict, now ignored. That's 4. Subsystems, boundaries, hierarchy in place. Structural therapy reorganizes space. Not the story, not the past. Fix the structure. Symptoms won't last.
The EPPP will not label these directly. It will describe behavior patterns. You must identify the coalition type. Structural therapy is active and directive. 3 overlapping phases. 1. Joining therapist builds alliance by adapting to family style. Techniques include mimesis, mirroring the family's tone and rhythm, tracking, following their communication flow, maintenance, supporting existing strengths. If the vignette shows therapists blending into family culture, that is joining. 2. Evaluation therapist assesses. Subsystems, boundaries. Hierarchy. Often represented through a structural map. If you see family mapping of roles and boundaries, that is structural assessment. 3. Interventions. Structural therapy promotes behavioral change, high-yield techniques, reframing, relabeling behavior constructively. Unbalancing, therapist temporarily sides with a lower power member to shift hierarchy. Boundary making, adjusting proximity between members. Enactment, asking family to demonstrate conflict in session. Enactment is extremely testable. If therapist asks family to show me how that conversation happens, that's enactment.
G-E-B-U-I. Change the structure, shift the order. Join first, then let them show. Enact the conflict, watch it flow. Boundary lines, make them clear. Unbalanced power, shift the gear. Reframe the problem, see it new. Structural's what you do. J-E-B-U-I. Remember the order. Join the system, watch it closer. Enact it live, let conflict stir. Boundary lines, make them firmer. Unbalanced power, shift who leads. Reframe the problem, change what it means. J-E-B-U-R. That's structural cure.
I hope this jingle helps you to remember and recall that if you see therapist mirrors family style, joining, mimesis. Therapist asks family to act it out, enactment. Therapist increases closeness or distance, boundary making. Therapist sides with weaker member, unbalancing. Therapist relabels behavior, reframing. Structural family therapy views symptoms as the result of dysfunctional family organization. The problem is not located within one individual, it is located in the family structure. Structure refers to subsystems, boundaries, hierarchy, coalitions. Subsystems are smaller units within the family that serve specific roles. For example, the parental subsystem provides leadership and authority. The sibling subsystem negotiates peer dynamics. The spousal subsystem maintains intimacy and adult partnership. When subsystems function clearly, roles are balanced. When they collapse or overlap, symptoms emerge. Now, boundaries. Boundaries regulate emotional closeness and distance. They exist on a continuum. Diffuse boundaries lead to enmeshment. Rigid boundaries lead to disengagement. Clear boundaries allow closeness with autonomy. On the EPPP, if you see over-involvement, lack of privacy, or blurred generational roles, think diffuse boundaries. If you see emotional distance, isolation, or lack of support, think rigid boundaries. Structural therapy is about reorganizing the family system. It focuses on present interaction patterns, not intergenerational transmission, not unconscious processes, not cognition, structure. No, let's move on to our application questions. Question 1. A mother consistently aligns with her daughter against the father, creating an inflexible alliance. What structural concept is this? A. Stable coalition. B. Emotional cutoff. C. Projection. D. Differentiation. Correct answer. A. Question 2. A therapist asks family members to reenact a recent argument during session in order to observe their interaction patterns. What intervention is being used? A. Reframing. B. Enactment. C. Mimesis. D. Boundary making. Correct answer. B. Question 3. A child frequently interrupts parental decisions and assumes authority within the household. What structural problem is most likely present? A. Diffuse sibling boundaries. B. Weak parental hierarchy. C. Multigenerational transmission. D. Emotional cutoff. Correct answer. B. Question 4. Parents avoid addressing marital tension by blaming their son for the family's stress. What rigid triad is present? A. Stable coalition. B. Detouring support coalition. C. Detouring attack coalition. D. Unstable coalition. Correct answer. C. Before we go, I would like to take this opportunity to compare and contrast structural family therapy with Bowen family therapy, and why is this important? If you notice, there's some things that may seem similar, like Bowen's triangulation and Minuchin's unstable coalition. It's important not to get these two models confused, so let's just take a look briefly. Bowen versus structural. Here's an exam distinction. Bowen equals anxiety flow across generations. Structural equals present organization and hierarchy. Bowen therapist equal neutral coach. Structural therapist equals active director. Bowen goal equals increased differentiation. Structural goal equals reorganized boundaries and hierarchy. The EPPP often places these side by side. You must identify the lens. With that, we can wrap up our structural family therapy intensive retention session.